What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. It's not a transfer update, I'm afraid, but we are following on from yesterday's video with the verdict from CAS that Manchester City have had their Champions League ban overturned and their fine reduced by 2/3 as well, and that's only in place because Manchester City did not cooperate with UEFA, as City felt that they were going to be biased, so we have been punished a little bit for that. But it means one thing. It means there's lots of bitter fans out there and bitter journalists, which means reaction time. Lots for me to react to. And so, laptop locked and loaded, ready for Twitter for me to get on and go and have a look. I will say, just before I crack on with the video, I have had a chance to look around some of the tweets that's been mentioned. I'm however going to be doing a little bit more digging to see if I can find some good memes to react to and some whoppers from journalists out there, and I'm sure that there will be, so I'm really looking forward to this video. But first, before we crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then please help support my channel by subscribing, pressing that red button, pressing the bell and putting your push notifications on. I am aiming for 8,000 subscribers. At the time of recording this video, we're now less than 700 subscribers away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Did you know that over 50% of you that are watching, my viewers over the last 28 days, are not subscribed? So any help towards that will be much appreciated. Don't forget also you can find my social media links in the description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too, if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And you can leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video, and also let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say. And so, without further ado, well, let's get on to Twitter and let's see what some people are saying. So first Twitter that we've come across comes from a whopper, Simon Jordan. I'm not sure if he's the former owner at Crystal Palace or if he's the former chairman at Crystal Palace. Anyway, he's a bit of a dinosaur. He's tweeted out, ironically, congratulations to Manchester City over overcoming the UEFA Champions League ban. He was wrong that CAS would be upheld. It leaves financial fair play in disarray and UEFA too. Given the below, which he's put a quote up there of UEFA's statement, it probably highlights all that is wrong with football. His tweet's been put out in horrendous English is the first thing I'm going to say. I've managed to digest what he's trying to put across. It just doesn't seem words is his strongest forte, shall we say. Anyway, there's a lot of salt in that tweet. Let's put a bit of context there. So back in February of 2020, when Manchester City were handed the ban, Simon Jordan said that CAS were going to agree with UEFA because they're the authorities. That decision has been made, and CAS won't go against UEFA, and CAS won't go against the original decisions that are made. And here he is, wrong. Okay? Anyway, instead of just being wrong and moving on with his life, he felt like he'd come in and start mentioning stuff about UEFA's statements. I presume that's all about financial fair play, and UEFA saying that it was all about the timing, because they're investigating stuff that happened in 2014, which is 6 years ago, and UEFA punished Manchester City back in 2014 for it, and then here we are in 2020 speaking about it again, and it's going against UEFA's own ruling of the 5 years before you can no longer investigate, and obviously this being 6 years ago means that's what's happening. Anyway, it's just, it's a load of rubbish. That's what I would say there. Simon Jordan, move on. Come across another bitter person, shall we say, comes in the form of Rio Ferdinand, former Manchester United player. He tweeted back in February of 2020, Man City, so BT Sport, who he works for, had put out a tweet saying City had been banned from Champions League football, and Rio Ferdinand put, "What a shame," with a laughing, crying face emoji. Deafening silence from Rio Ferdinand. Just what I thought, and if you've ever wanted a picture that just summarises that tweet, here it is. Now, this picture, I'll be honest, I don't know if this picture's been taken when the CAS result has been announced or not. It started to filter through when the CAS decision has been made. I'm finding it hard to believe that this is a picture that's happened whilst Cass has made their statement. I don't know if this is an edit or from an earlier time. I don't know the context of the picture. I just want to believe that it is real. And that Cass have put their decision out, and Pep's gone and decided to have put that picture out there. I'll be honest, like I said, I don't know too much context around the picture, but if it is true, absolutely legendary. And speaking of another photo, one of my favourite photos, Khaldoon Al Mubarak. What a guy. What a legend at Manchester City. This picture floating around once again. Look how cool he looks. Honestly, it's one of those moments where City fans just need to savour it, soak it in, enjoy it. It's a wonderful feeling. And speaking of sitting back, drinking it in, soaking it in, Aguero 93-20. Someone's edited a picture of Khaldoon on Aguero's body as he scored that 93rd minute winner for Manchester City against Queen's Park Rangers. Manchester City is still alive here. Balotelli, Khaldoon with a winner for Manchester City in the last moments. Thought it was getting a ban. No. Brilliant. Absolutely love it. City sent out a tweet and they'd put, so I'm just having a look through the comments. So City, at the time of me putting out this video, haven't released any further statement from what they'd put out just after Cass had announced their verdict and saying that Manchester City acknowledges the verdict that's been sent out, and they'll be releasing a statement from another time. West Ham transfers have put out "Go on the boys" there, showing the support and love between West Ham and Manchester City fans there, which is always nice to see. Just nice, yeah, I like it. I like West Ham fans. Now, someone else had tweeted out in response to Man City's tweet that you come at the Don, you best not miss. And someone else had tweeted this out before, that if you're going to come at the King, you best not miss. Khaldoon is such a cool guy, isn't he, really? I'm loving it, and I'm so happy that lots of people are recognising Khaldoon, and Khaldoon starting to... He's becoming a meme, but it's not a meme that you laugh at, it's a meme that's just showcasing who he is and what he's about for Manchester City. Manchester City's saviour in some ways. And another picture, a picture that I used for my thumbnail as well, of Pep and Khaldoon having a little love in there just after Manchester City had won the Premier League, having all smiles there. Someone had tweeted, so Revertime, that's how you say his username, put Khaldoon Masterclass UEFA in the mud. You love to see it, don't you, UEFA in the mud? Absolutely love it. One thing I will say about UEFA, I'm hoping that City, just to add a little bit of salt to the sauce here, that when we play Real Madrid, I really hope they put booing in the background on the stadium announcer as the UEFA anthem goes on. That would be legendary. Please, Man City, get that sorted. That would be heroic. Now, enough of the loving. Let's have a look for some more bitterness from some people. Let's see what's been said there. Obviously, the two best tags to use are Man City and UEFA. Spencer Owen, Spencer FC, quite a popular YouTuber, quite a few followers on Twitter as well, so lots of people know who he is. He tweeted out, putting that Man City avoid a European ban means 5th place, will not qualify for the Champions League this year. Facts. Okay? Big win for Manchester City. Facts. But it feels like a loss for football. Now, just remember me speaking about West Ham transfers and the love in between West Ham and Man City fans. Yeah, there is a love in there. Spencer's a West Ham fan, isn't showing us so much love here. Feels like a loss for football. I'd love for him to elaborate on loss for football. I presume he's just going down the narrow-mindedness of just presuming that because Man City have lots of money, that Man City are instantly guilty, without having any evidence, of course. We've been found not guilty by Cass. And then, of course, going along the route of, I'm sure Man City have paid to get away with it, which grown adults genuinely do believe it. But let me put in some facts here for you. Cass have ruled with Manchester City. The only area of the whole investigation that they've done is that they've not agreed with is Man City cooperating with UEFA, which was purposely done from City, because City believe UEFA to be biased, and there's an agenda there. And I can argue a case here that there is an agenda there. Cass agree that UEFA's investigation wasn't done properly. It doesn't hold ground. It doesn't stand for a 2-year ban in the Champions League. That isn't the punishment that should be there, and so they've quashed it, dismissed it. Case closed, okay? Find me evidence that Man City have paid, okay? There's facts, find me evidence. And I'll tell you right now, there isn't any. What evidence we do have is that Manchester City, throughout all this time, have maintained their innocence, okay? And here's a fact I'm going to put out there for you. Cass agrees, okay? Man City haven't... I just find it incredible, the narrow-mindedness of some people, but Man City have not... docked or edited their figures with sponsorships or anything like that. There is not enough evidence. The only evidence they've got is hacked documents, which apparently sources have said was used by UEFA, which Manchester City lawyers managed to get quashed because it's just not legally binding. It just proves nothing. Because these documents that's been hacked can just be edited. If you can hack it, trust me, you can hack into somewhere like Manchester City and access documents. You're more than capable either of doing one or two things, editing them or making them up, pretending as well. So it doesn't hold in court, and that's why that evidence cannot be used, okay? So there's no evidence there. There's no case for City to answer to. The only case that we have to answer to is that we wasn't responding as much as we could have with UEFA, and that's come from trust issues and City not wanting to respond to UEFA about it. They've maintained their innocence. So yeah, hopefully that gives you a little bit more clarification on that. And Spencer doesn't seem to know what he's talking about. Man City report put out there, and one of the things that I definitely do agree with, Sir Ian Cheeseman, put some respect on his name. Definitely needs a statue at Manchester City. Great nostalgia. As me growing up as a Manchester City fan would listen to Ian a lot on BBC Radio Manchester with a commentary for the City games. He did an absolutely wonderful job too. He's been doing his vlogs on YouTube as well. He also managed to get some deal with Manchester City as well, where for a season he was able to put his vlogs onto City's website, and then recently said that he's that's been dropped by Manchester City, and so fans have got a campaign there to get him back in. And I agree, Ian Cheeseman there once again proving to be a legend of a guy. Fantastic human being, done a lot for Manchester City, and like I said, great for me. One of the figures of growing up as a Manchester City fan is hearing his voice on Radio Manchester, so I'm delighted that he was the rumour that's why it was spreading around the other day that City were innocent, and that the ban was going to get lifted against Manchester City. Putting out facts there, Ian Cheeseman, so I'm delighted for him, Sir Ian Cheeseman. Brilliant. More positivity. Dean Jones from the Bleacher Report, he put out a tweet. City will probably now be linked with every top player known to man, but the club have a recruitment plan in place already that they plan to stick with ahead of next season. This tweet confuses me. So Dean Jones, let's look at his profile. So he's a football insider for Bleacher Report. So he's a journalist. And he's coming out with great tweets. Tweets that make sense. Tweets that has a lot of common sense in it. Twitter for iPhone. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Summarise it. Dean Jones being competent and doing a good job, which is what I like to see from journalists. Lots of journalists just tend to hop on the bandwagon. Liverpool and Man United, as long as their fans are agreeing with all this pettiness and childness, they go to university and study. It's just to be sheep, basically. And actually, some out here, journalists, doing a proper job. That's what I like to see. I was dug up a tweet for Arsenal back February 2020 when the ban was announced. Putting Arsenal fans hoping for another 5 teams to be banned and they might make it back into the Champions League. Twitter for iPhone there once again coming up trumps. What I love about this tweet is that it's still valid today. Arsenal still need that to make the Champions League. Good grief. That's pretty much it from what I'm looking at on Twitter. I mean, I can scratch more underneath the surface. These are just the popular tweets that I've seen when doing this video. One thing I do want to turn my attention to very quickly, Simon Stone put out a quote from the La Liga president Javier Tebas, who hasn't taken the City verdict very well, as Simon Stone says. His statement is, "We have to reassess whether the CAS is the appropriate body to which appeal institutional decisions are made in football. Switzerland is a country with a great history of arbitration. The CAS is not up to standard." I can just imagine Javier Tebas saying that as he just peeled a lemon and took a big chunk out of it. That is so bitter. That is really bitter. That summarises La Liga. Tell you what, if I'm Man City and we're going into that match in a few weeks against Real Madrid, and La Liga's president, a full supporter of La Liga teams doing well, and the backing of Real Madrid, we want to knock out Real Madrid. I'd just show the City players that in the dressing room. Just say, here you go, this is what La Liga and people that support Real Madrid are thinking about the club. There you go, there's your motivation, go and prove them wrong. So yeah, Javier Tebas, classless, shall we say. So there we go, that's been the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed the video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below too. Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. You can find my social media links in the description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships, for any videos or any general business inquiries. And I'll see you all again for the next video. So I've been JSGC. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.